Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Today, I will be presenting Project 7541, which is installing auxiliary axle at the factory. Before we get started, let me introduce you to people who joined us today. And as you can see on screen, this is just a company structure. We have two main commodities, GTT and GTO. GTT is Group Trucks Technology, which consists of engineering, validation and testing group, and product builds, which is responsible for parts and procurement. So this kickoff meeting is only for GTT. Today we have Frank Brown with us. He is a principal engineer for axles, as well as Matt Froh. He's chief packaging engineer. From validation and testing group, we have Jimmy Falk. He's a regulatory manager, and Antonio Lopez. He's a project manager for validation and testing group. And myself, Saili Patil. I'm a project manager at product builds department. Also, we have Brian Brown. He's an engineering project manager, and he will be able to support us more if we need resources from engineering side. This project is mainly related to axles, but as we go along, we need people from pneumatics, people from brakes, electrical, as well as cab. So Brian will be able to support us on that. I don't know if you have seen the project scope before. So right now we have so many customers who are asking for auxiliary axles, and we do not offer that as a standard product. So what we are doing right now is after we produce a truck that goes to the dealer location and customer have to get it installed there. So for them it's an additional cost. And because of this reason we are losing so many customers, and that's why company decided to start this project. So under this project, we will use fully dressed axle assembly from the vendor. They have like a off-the-shelf option. So this design will not be owned by Volvo. Axle capacity will be 20,000 pounds more than what it is at the moment. And scope of the project also includes we need to release all the design drawings, all the installation for the sales tool so that customer can select it as a standard option. Right now, since this axle is installed at the dealership, there is no installation drawing available. There are no testing done, so we are not responsible for any quality problem. But moving forward, after launching this product, we will fully own this option, and this also be included in our warranty rules and regulations. So what are the key improvements expected from this project? First one is same and better reliability. As we know, this is additional axle to the existing product, so obviously the packaging will change, but we need to make sure we are not jeopardizing any reliability issues. If possible, we want to improve it. Ride and handling. So what I mean by that, so whoever is driving this truck needs to have a comfortable ride, and it should be easy to handle this axle. This will be a liftable axle. If driver is not using it for more weight, then he can lift it, and that will be good for fuel efficiency. So for chassis side, we need to work with our supplier, and we need to have a pre-drilled hole on chassis to install this additional axle and all the different components. We also have maintainability is the issue when we introduce this product and dealer has to maintain and service these trucks. Then we have to think about that point as well. It should have improved installation efficiency, and we also need to release some aftermarket parts for serviceability. This is a general action plan, what we have and what we need to do during this project. Initiating will be this kickoff meeting, and we will review the baselines pre-decided. So before this project went to concept gate, we have determined our baseline cost and our baseline test plan, which we will review today. Planning will be, we need to determine how many new parts we need to release. We have to finalize the test plan, and we have to check how many trucks we have right now in our fleet which can be used, or how many trucks we have to purchase from our operations, which will be dedicated trucks, and we will be able to do the testing. We have to decide a time plan for testing, and obviously current budget for parts and man hours. For this project, I'm only concerned about the truck cost and parts cost, and we will decide man hours later. Execution phase will be placing the orders for trucks in the sales tool, modifying the trucks with the prototype parts here, and doing the actual test. Control phase will consist of, after we do our all the test, analyzing that data, releasing engineering reports, and closure will be after we are happy with the data and the result. Engineering team will release new parts drawings. So before this project went to concept gate, we have looked at the business case, and this is the basic plan came from validation group before. I'm not sure this will be the same moving forward, but at least we will review. So far they have proposed 6 different tests to be performed, which are performance validation testing, drive-by noise, articulation testing, handling testing, ride and comfort testing, and there will be a chassis shaker, which consists of 2 frame rails, all the tanks, new axles, and all the pneumatics part. So this is my budget. This is where I stand right now. Based on the testing plan, I think we need to have 2 fully dedicated project trucks, and even though we buy it from our operations team, it still cost me $150,000 per truck. So total cost will be $300,000. So if we assume at the moment we have 2 trucks and we have 6 testing, I would assume we need to modify those trucks 3 times at least. So retrofits means installing prototype parts on each truck. So right now I have $15,000 for material cost per retrofit. Chassis shaker, I need to buy frame rails, which cost me around $10,000, and additional parts, tanks, brakes, axles, etc. will cost me another $15,000. So total cost for only one chassis shaker will be $25,000. So these are our baseline assumptions. Now the scope expect us to provide either 1 auxiliary axle or 2 auxiliary axles. So if we go with different combination, then I would assume these chassis will be doubled. We want to check all the configurations. And again, if any of the test plan changes, then my numbers will change in the future. So I would expect Antonio from testing department to review this and get back to us later. Sorry. So that's all I have for today, and if you have any questions, concerns, please let me know. And again, these are the baseline costs which we review before project went to concept kit. As we go along, these numbers will change. If you don't have any further questions, comments, then thank you very much. See you next time.